Welcome and happy Tuesday. Today, I'm asking the question, can we make ornaments out of tissue paper? And I think we can because I have made some flowers with the same technique that I'm going to use. And so I thought, let's try and make ornaments. It's the same thing. We're just not going to put them on a stick. So I'm excited to do this one. This one is going to be a little bit more tedious. So it's not a project that you're going to be able to whip out quickly. There's a few steps that we need to do ahead of time before we get started. So I've already done some of the pre-work so that you don't have to have me, sit around and do all that. But I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to jump on here really quick. I just want to make sure that I am live and that I don't have an echo. And we sound good. So the text just went out. As you jump on, let me know that you can see me and let me know where you're from. So what I'm going to need today, or what I'm going to use today, and I think pretty much my son and I have done these together, and I think it's been a while since I've done them, but if I remember correctly, we only needed one sheet of tissue paper per flower, or today we're going to be doing ornaments. So the pattern that I'm using today is the 2 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind. So you're going to need one sheet of tissue paper. You might need a couple sheets of tissue paper. I'm going to say one, and then I'm going to get going, and it's going to be like, oh no, you need more, way more than you need, way more than I think. You're also going to need one of these little stamp things. So this one is a 3-inch. So this will show you the inside of what it looks like. I got this on Amazon. It's been a few years, but I just got it on Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. I can link it later when I get off, but you'll need one of these cutters. You can, hey, Linda. Oh, perfect. Linda's tuning in from Jacksonville. You can hand cut these, but again, this is a pretty tedious project. So I would recommend getting the press just because it's easier to like press it. You're also going to need the styrofoam balls. This one is about 1.5 inches, it looks like, if you go on my mat here. I don't have the, I think I got these on Amazon too. They come in like a bag. Sometimes Dollar Tree has them. You can get them at any craft store, but basically what you're looking for, it looks like it's about 1.5 inches when I put it on my mat. It's not quite to the 2-inch mark, you can see. So you're going to need some of these. I'm just going to be doing one today. Hey, Miss Mary from Oklahoma. Thank you guys for jumping on. You're also going to need whatever string or whatever you want to use to hang the ornament with. You guys know I've been dying to use this red and white that I've got. So I've got some of that. And then also you're going to need either like a push pin. We're only going to need one of these. A push pin, or even like a sewing pin will work. This is what we're actually going to use for the top to string it from, to put the string on when we hang it. And this little thing is dangerous to close. I don't know if you saw when I opened, like some of them are poking through the plastic. Yeek. Okay, other than that, you're going to need your hot glue gun, and then you're going to need some type of, I'm going to say pokey device. Hey, Miss Carmen. Hi, Lori. Lori's the first time here from Michigan. Welcome, Lori. Okay, and some type of like pokey device. So the first time I did this, I think I used like a big pin that had like the thing. You could use a pencil, just anything that has a little end. Let me see if you can see this. So I just grabbed a paintbrush. Because basically what we're going to do is we're going to want to be using this to push the glue in, because again, this is going to be super tedious. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fold your tissue paper as many times as you can and still get it in the thing, the press thing. So you probably, I said you only need one piece of tissue paper. I lied. You're going to need more than one piece of tissue paper. I can already tell by this thing. Sorry, I have Amazon. Hey, I have Amazon dropping off. I'm sure they're on my porch. But you just want to make sure that you don't fold it so much that you can't cut all the way around it. Pugsley, stop. going to get it in here. Hey, quiet. I know they're here. They're delivering. But basically you're going to want to get it in here. And then this is how you can see if you've got all the paper all the way through or not. Because otherwise you're not going to have a nice crimped-ish all the way around. So it doesn't, you don't have to line up the design or anything because we're going to be punching so many of these. I don't know why I told you you're only going to need one sheet. I can't tell you how many sheets we used. I lied. Okay, you're going to need more sheets. I don't know how many you're going to need because we actually had some of these prepared before, but plan on a few sheets, probably 2 or 3. So once we get it in there, and we're just going to make sure we get it all the way around. Whoops, and then I messed it up. Then we're going to go ahead and just punch it through. So make sure it's shoved all the way to the back there. I'm going to have to probably get up and like put some muscle. I have my heating pad on my lap because I'm freezing. All right, let me go ahead and punch this through. Again, this is the hardest part. And the thicker that you make the paper, the harder it is to punch. Okay, again, I haven't done this in a minute, so I probably made this way too thick. Where did I get the push pens? I love them. Sharon, I got them on Amazon. Hey, Susan. Hey, Michelle. All right, we're going to try and get this through. Again, I haven't done this in a minute. Oh, so it's just basically caught on that top half. Maybe don't fold it this much. All right. So I'm going to open this. This thing slides off. I probably should have practiced this since I haven't done it in a minute. Maybe don't fold it this thick. I was trying to get like a whole bunch at once because this is literally the part that takes the longest. All right, well, I'm messing it up trying to get these out. So again, maybe fold it half that much. You know what? I'm going to start this over. I'm going to go grab another sheet. And if I remember correctly, I had this problem last time when I did it too. Megan, can I get one more sheet of the 2 Corinthians? Oh, wait, I have one right here in the box. We good? I forgot I have kids out here. Okay, just kidding. Redo. I actually remember having the same issue before. I think this is why I've been delaying in doing this project because it takes a long time to punch these out. So I'm just going to do a few just so you can see what is punched out. I actually have a whole bunch already ready to go. So I just wanted to show you how to use the thing. So I'm just going to not do it so thick. All right. So if you don't do it so thick, then they just plop in the bottom here. And then you just grab them out. So you can just grab them out. So here's why you want to make sure you get it all the way to the edge, because otherwise you're going to lose some of the scalloping around. So figure out how many sheets you can get in there while Teardrop says, what is this thing? It's I don't even know what you call this, like a paper cutter, like a paper punch. And this one is a 3-inch scallop. So that's what I'm going to be using. We will move on from that. That's going to be a tedious part. That's like the most tedious part is punching all these out. So I had my son and I did a bunch together. So that part will take you a minute. Once you have those, then you're going to have basically a whole bunch of these. Like this is what it's going to look like. So this one actually, now that I'm looking at it, this is actually a tissue that had the spelling error on it that we got rid of last year, if you were around for that. So this is what I used them for. I mean, I had 4,800 sheets, so obviously I couldn't use that many, but this is what I started using them for. So once you get all your little circles, your little scallop circles, you're going to fold them in half, and then you're going to fold them in half again. So basically what you're going to get is this little thing here. And I do fold it so that the print is on the outside. And you'll kind of see why once we get going. But this might be a preference. You could probably do it on the inside too. So you're just going to fold them all like that. So when you've done that, this is basically what you're going to get. So we have a whole basket of these. So you can see why I had some of this done ahead of time, because this is going to it gets tedious. This part is the tedious part. Okay. So now we have our ball, and we have our little papers, and we have our hot glue gun going here. So this is the part that is just going to take some time. I would put on a TV show or something, and I would, so that you have something to watch, because this takes a while. So what we're going to do is basically you're going to stick your pencil or your pen or whatever you're using so that you don't burn yourself. Just line it right up with that fold. And it doesn't have to be folded like this. You can if you want. And you're going to put your glue right on the corner here. Let me bring this in so that you guys can see closer to what I'm doing. You're going to put your glue right on the corner. And then we're going to go right onto the ball. So that's going to hold it in there. So what I have found is it's easiest if you go almost in like either start going in like a row. And you'll kind of get like a rhythm to this. Oops, I just dropped some glue. Well, there's me getting glue everywhere. I think you might be able to do the glue on it and then, oh geez, I'm trying to stick it on there without a thing. This is what I get. You guys, I switched to decaf coffee, and I think it was a mistake. I think it was a mistake. I think because if you put the glue, like a line of glue, it like dries too fast, and then you're not able to. They won't like stick to it. And you're gonna have a lot of glue strings on this. Like you pretty much have to just clean them up later. So we're gonna just keep putting them on here just like so. Are you poking it or just using the paintbrush to hold the surface? That's a great question, Linda. I'm not poking it. I'm just using the paintbrush to hold to the center. Which, that is a good question, because I think I'm going to actually do my push pin sooner rather than later. I usually wait till the end to do it, and then what I find is it's hard to get it in there. So with the push pin, I'm actually going to cover the push pin and the base of the push pin with the glue, because I am going to jam the push pin in there. So again, you could use just like a sewing needle. So I am going to just jam that in there right in the top. And this will be what we tie our string to hang it. So that is going to be glued in there really well. And then you can see, because we have our little petals here are, now I know you're crazy, right? I was trying to, it's supposed to be better for you. And I had not had coffee for a long time, but I've started this intermittent fasting thing. So I don't eat till like 2 o'clock, and it's called like clean fasting. And so on the clean fasting, they only allow you to have either like black tea or black coffee, just straight coffee. And then I've been off caffeine, I'm not even kidding, for like probably 2 years. So my thought was, well, since I'm fasting, I'm already giving up food, like I should just bring the caffeine back, like maybe it'll help me. So the first time I ordered the black coffee, which it has been so hard to get used to black coffee. I don't know how you guys do it. So it's black instant coffee, by the way. So the brand that I get that I've decided is tolerable. So you can kind of see this is what we're looking at. So I've made flowers like this before, and then you just jam a stick in it, and then you can put it in a vase. But this is the first time I've done, I thought it would just make a cute ornament. Like it's the same thing. It's just not a flower. But anywho, so I went through the 2 jars of caffeinated coffee I have, and I saw after I checked out that they had a decaf, and I was like, oh, I should have done the decaf because I've been off caffeine for so long. But I have noticed that not having any food and not having the caffeinated coffee, it really kind of sucks. So next time I order, I'm going back to the caffeinated one because I feel like it made all of this more tolerable. Also, today I'm starving. I don't know why. I've been doing this fasting for like this for, I don't know, like a month now. And usually I do pretty good, but oh, you know what? I started another supplement yesterday. Have you guys heard of that berbeine? Is it berbeine? I don't know. It's supposed to be like nature's Ozempic or something. I started that yesterday, and I wonder if that's what's making me hungry. All right, so I'm just going around, and you can add as many of these or as little of these as you want. These ones are folded backwards. I guess it doesn't matter. Is it mattering? I don't think it matters. I don't think you're going to be able to tell which ones are forward and which ones are backwards. The very first time I did it, I was doing them too far apart, and it wasn't as fluffy as I wanted it. So the closer they are together, the more fluffier it's going to be. And again, if you don't have that cutter, you could use the, I call them the crazy scissors. You could use all the fun scissors to hand cut all these out. All right, so we're looking pretty good. This is it. It's not taking as long as I thought, but I've had this project like in the wings, and I was like, oh, one day I'll do I was going to show you how to do flowers. And then we kind of moved into Christmas, and then I forgot. And I had all these already cut out sitting there. Today I was like, I need to do a craft with the ladies, and I don't know what craft I'm doing. And then I was like, today feels like a good day to tackle this foofball. I don't know what we're gonna call it. So we do have the Better Than Black Friday going on sale right now, going on for members. And today is the last day. I didn't put the link on here. I put the link to the tissue paper, but today's the last day to get on the early access list. Tomorrow, all the remaining stock, because the members have sold us out of, I didn't check this morning, but it was 4 things last night we were already sold out of. But there's a whole bunch of things, so don't think there's nothing left. But the insiders are getting access tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then on Thursday, everyone else will get access. And then I'm patiently waiting for the notification that our last orders, transfer orders has shipped. And I'm also talking with manufacturers about the next project that we have for Easter. So if you liked the Advent and you liked the ornament makers, you're probably going to like what we have lined up for Easter. I'm still designing. Still working on the designs, but we're almost ready to place the order. So again, you can see why this project is more of one that, you know, you put on a good crime show, or I don't know, does anyone watch soap operas anymore? My grandma and my mom were like huge, I'm going to age myself, huge Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless fans back in the day. That was a staple. And then when I went to college, we actually, my roommates and I, they were huge soap opera fans too. They would actually, them more than me, because I actually, where I grew up, we didn't have, like, we had a TV, but you couldn't get TV where we lived because we lived in the mountains, and you would have had to have a satellite. And so we didn't have regular TV. We only had VCR. And so we would actually rent, like, when you could rent the DVDs that had like the full seasons on them. Oh, Cindy says she was General Hospital. We never watched that one. Yeah. It's probably like Pepsi and Coke, you know, whichever your family was, like that's what you watched. So, so once we moved to the sticks, like we didn't have access, but like my grandma was like a diehard. She never missed an episode. So when I went to college, the girls were, my roommates were all into Days of Our Lives. Like that was the show back then. And they would literally schedule their classes around when Days of Our Lives came on. It was crazy. We always watched Days of Our Lives. We always watched Seinfeld and Saturday Night Live. Yeah, that was my college TV. Linda says all the women in her family planned their lives around Days of Our Lives. See, I think Days of the Lives was the big one. I don't even remember any of their names. Like I should. Like we were never a Dynasty family either. My other grandma watched Dynasty, but I never got into that one. But I remember being at her house. I think it was the season finale. And that was like devastating because I think somebody died or something. Like that was not good. Oh, the days. I guess that's no different than like when Friends came on, and I don't know. I've never been a huge like watch a show person because I get so busy. Then if I miss an episode, however, I will tell you, my whole family is watching that. Like my whole family, me, my husband, and my little. Oh, Teardrop says you don't need to watch soaps anymore. All these new shows have elements of soaps woven in. That's so true. I'm going to post that one. That is so true. I think they've gotten way better at like making shows for sure. But we're watching that Higher Potential. If you have not seen it, it's on Hulu. However, I'm going to warn you, there's only so many episodes and now they're taking a break until January and I just can't deal because we literally, and it isn't one like they had, they're supposed to have a show every week. They didn't. There was a couple weeks they took a break and we had to wait 2 weeks. Like this last week's show was one of those. But it's about a girl that has, I think her IQ is like 180, and she's a hot mess. That's probably why I relate to it. And she's a cleaning lady, and she starts out with her scene. If you haven't seen the previews to it, I won't give like a ton away, but she's a cleaning lady at a police department, and she's cleaning, and they have the whole case up, and it's bugging her that they have missed something or they had something wrong. So she moves it around on the board, and then the police department comes in. You know, the officers come in the next day and they're like mad that she moved stuff around. And then, you know, she explains, well, they had it wrong and I just fixed it because it, you know, her brain makes her want to fix it, which I totally understand because my son is, he's on the autism spectrum. He's not autistic. They're actually retesting him right now to make sure, but their brains just think differently. And so they see things differently. And so that's what she did. So she explains why they were wrong. And then they end up, you know, begrudgingly having her help on this case. And like, she solves it because she sees all the stuff that no one else sees. Like she notices all the stuff that no one else notices. So I love it. My son loves it. Because again, it just shows how their brains work differently. And it's fascinating because they go through how she processes stuff. And I absolutely love it. So if you're not watching Higher Potential, go back and watch it. It's so good. But know that they just did the last episode of, I guess, of this season this last week. And it's not coming back on until I think January 2nd. I think that was the day. Like, I'm going to put it in my calendar because it's so good. Okay, so Linda sounds like my people. I'm going to put this up here. Hold on. It's not going up there. So Linda says she's a FBI, NCIS law and order junkie. Oh my gosh. I love those, except some of the Law and Order makes me so sad. The special victim unit ones are the worst. That I swear I cry. My husband used to tell people if I died suddenly to check me out first. Oh my gosh. Linda, you and my husband are the same. So yesterday, I'm getting out of the car in the garage. You guys, so we bought a laser. We bought a whole giant sheet, this giant thunder laser. It's like bigger than this desk, so that we can start cutting our own project bases for you guys instead of having to order, because we're not finding what we need or what we want, and so we're just going to start making our own. So this whole week, what are we, Tuesday? This whole week, I've been going back and forth with them, getting everything set up. I got the notification actually shipped today. I had to get insurance on it, all this stuff. So anyways, my husband's been out in the garage trying to figure out how we're going to do it, because you guys already know, like, we got a storage unit, so we've got all the boxes out of the garage, so we have room in there. And so I'm getting out of the car yesterday, and on the one wall of the garage, he has the cornhole boards that we never use are like hanging on that wall. But like under the cornhole boards, there's like, I can't tell if it's red, I can't tell if it's copper, I can't tell if it's brown, but it looks like it just like got sprayed. Oh, Teardrops has the Thunder Laser. Mine's the Nova 24. We are getting the Nova 150 is the one we're getting. How fun! I might have to reach out to you because I have no idea what we're doing. If you don't know by now, I just fly by the seat of my pants. That's what we do here. We trust God and we move. Anywho, so I'm getting out of the car last night and I'm looking at the wall and I'm trying to figure out what is on the wall, because our garage walls are white and then there's just splatter of something. And I told him the last time he cut himself in the garage, like, he can't just leave that blood there, because should anything happen to him, the first thing they're going to do is see the blood, because he cut his finger with a saw one time. They're going to see that and they're going to come after me, and I'm not going to have an excuse for it, or I at least need to know what happened. So I've already given the warning. So this time, I guess he didn't even tell me. So I'm looking at it and he's like, what are you looking at? And I'm like, what is on the wall over here? I'm like, is that paint or is that blood? And he's like, I honestly don't know. He said it could be paint, it could be blood. Because I did get mad the other day. Oh, this one didn't stick, so I gotta put that one back in. So I got mad, caught myself again and got mad, and I just went like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, we can't. So yeah. I guess there's no getting away from my garage is a crime scene. Should anything happen, they're definitely gonna look at me. And then he also says too, it weirds him out that I watch those stories all the time. He's all, I don't know if you're finding ways to kill me. No, definitely not. Also, I'm horrible because when I watch the news, or like, I don't watch the news, but when some story comes on, like I used to love Nancy Grace. I haven't followed her lately though, but I would be like, that's so stupid. You can't do that. Don't you know that they're gonna da 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 da? Like, I'm a crime expert now because I watch I watch all those shows. He doesn't understand it. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, which is not a huge deal, but if you do start going all the same way, you'll kind of get, see how these are all going the same way, almost like they're folded into each other. You kind of want to like mix the different ways that you're putting them on there. Like, you know, do some this way, or like move the ball around so that they're not, because if you start going all in the same way, they'll like, this almost looks like a taco or something. It'll go like that. But if you like that look, you know, keep doing that. But for me, I like the more messy look, and then I get jabbing and all my things are folded the same way. So to fix it, you just start going a different way. We're getting close to the end here. So Teardrops, I don't know what your actual name is, but what do you do on your laser? What all do you make? I would love to hear. I have a girlfriend, another business owner that owns, well, I have a couple actually. She doesn't own the Thunder, but she owns the Mira, and she does earrings. And she actually has a whole membership where you can learn how to do the earrings. Oh, see, now that one just stuck right to my finger. Okay, we're going to try again. What was happening is I'm seeing this one coming off. And I was trying to fix it. And in trying to fix it, you'll know if it's not attached real good because it'll be sticking out higher than the rest of them. Which, again, that might not bug you. Oh, your name's Sharon. Yeah, Sharon, so what do you make? My husband has all these ideas. I'm trying to keep him focused because I'm like, we're buying it to make the projects for our community here. I think I'm not using enough glue. And he's all talking about door signs with people's name. He keeps saying custom, and I'm like, we're not doing custom. When I very first started, we did do some custom things way before. This is when I very, very first started. So we weren't even, I had this tissue paper and like, that's it. We weren't doing decoupage napkins. We weren't doing any of the things that we are now. It was just me trying to learn to sell things online, basically. And I did these custom ornaments with my sublimation. I bought a sublimation printer and a heat press, and customization is big. Yes, it'll drive you crazy. So I get the sublimation printer, which, mind you, the first time I filled that thing, I spilled black ink everywhere because I didn't get an actual sublimation printer. I just got the Canon, and then I converted it to a sublimation printer. But I'm impatient. So yeah, I got black ink everywhere, all over one of my desks. It's actually, where is that? Oh, it's in the hallway. Yeah, it was a mess. So yeah, so then I learned how to sublimate, but I didn't want to do the sublimating that everyone else was doing. So I learned how to sublimate on wood and was doing that. And then I saw everyone was doing the car freshies, and I thought the car freshies are cute, but I wanted to do custom. So I thought, how cute would it be? Well, technically what I want to do, I wanted to make Polaroid ornaments because I thought it would be so cute to have your photo so that it looked like it was a Polaroid. And I thought people would buy those so that they could put their picture. I've got stuff everywhere, which I don't even know if I have some over here. But I put their picture on it, and then the bottom they could put a message. Like only so much would fit. So they could put the message on it, and then it looked like a Polaroid, but it was on like a car freshie, so you could hang it, but it was like an ornament, so it was like felt. So Christy's watching from Garland. Thank you, Christy. She loves our napkins and our tissue paper. I'm gonna put that up there. Thank you, Miss Christy. Yeah, so I was like, I think these would be super cute, and so I put them on Etsy. They did pretty good on Etsy, and then I was trying to go big, you know, like, because the whole point, like, I felt God was calling me to create this business, but it was going to be, you know, not like super big, but we were going to be doing some things. So I had to learn how to get the website and the store and everything up. And so I had them on Etsy. And then one of the people that was training me at the time said, you need to get your stuff on these, what do they call them? They call them marketplaces. And so she's all, see if you can get on Jane. And so Jane is kind of like Etsy, but like on steroids, where they run deals. And this was before Jane went down, and now Jane's back up. But so they run deals. So you get featured in their deals. Like every day they drop these deals, and all the deals are independent business owners like me that are, you know, selling stuff. And they have all these parameters. Like it has to be the cheapest place that you can buy it. And you have to have, gosh, I think their minimum was you had to have 200 of whatever you were selling, or they wouldn't even run your deal. And then you'd run the deal, and then the orders would come in, right? Cool. So usually your deal runs for like a week or something, or 3 days. I think it's 3 days or then a week. Well, my deal that I had dropped. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do 200 of these custom orders. Mind you, they have to send me their photo, and then they have to send me whatever message they want, and they also got to pick from 4 fonts. Yes, I was crazy. Don't ask me why I gave them so many options. I don't know. Well, they start selling like wildfire. And mind you, I priced them way too low because not only do I have to press, I have to cut all the things out. I have to print them all out. I have to press them all. Like I have to crop all their photos. And then some people send you like the cruddiest photos that you have to. Thank you, Teresa, for sprinkling. They send you the cruddiest photos and you have to add filters to them and try and make them look good, because if they're too light, they're not going to show up on the ink. If they're too dark, you're not going to be able to see anything in the picture. It was this whole thing. So I start getting these orders in, and you guys, I think I sold, it was like 1,000. It was a ridiculous amount. And you only have so many days to get them shipped. Like I didn't have enough of anything. I don't know what I was thinking. Like I had enough for 200, but then I told them don't cap it because just in case, I don't know why. So yeah, that deal went live and it went crazy. And I was hating myself. I had to string the thing and then tie like a perfect little bow with ribbon so that the bow's flat. It was a nightmare. And then I had like bars that were ordering ornaments for all of their servers, like 2 of them. So like businesses that were ordering ornaments for all of their servers and their staff, and they were putting them on like a staff tree. So they were ordering like 20 at a time. It was terrible. I'm still traumatized from it. I'm like, after that, I was like, I'm never doing anything custom again. I think that was the moment I realized this is not scalable. Like what I'm doing is not, this is not the thing for me. And I went back to the prayer closet and the drawing board and was like, we need to figure out a different direction, because this ain't it. I do not see myself. I mean, I'm sure there's people that absolutely love like sublimating all day long. My friend Amy, she owns Sub This and That, and that's all they do, like all this sublimating stuff, and she loves it, but that's not for me. That is not for me. So bless you, Miss Sharon, for doing customization. She does, and you have sublimation too. Yeah, I had a whole, I still have the press in the garage. I don't know what, unless my husband put it by the side of the road for junk, because I don't even use it. Yeah, I don't know what I thought I was going to do. I came with the mug thing and the hat thing, and I never used either one of those. And then every once in a while, I was like, oh, I should sublimate some stuff. And then I just go back to that 2 weeks of literal hell that I was customizing everyone's. And then, of course, you have people that they get it and they don't like it, or they don't like how it turned out or whatever. So then they're complaining. Like this one lady, she was bad. She sent me like pictures. You know when you get professional photography and they send you like the proofs, or not the proofs. Yeah, the proofs, whatever you're supposed to approve, but it has like the photographer's like name over the top of it. She wanted me to crop that out, and I was just not comfortable doing that, because when it has the watermark on it like that, it means you didn't pay for that photo. Like that was just the one that you, like your proof to look at. You didn't pay for it. So I was like, I don't feel comfortable, because this isn't, I could get in trouble because she's not allowed to use it for anything because it's not paid for. It means other people aren't allowed to use it for anything. Like there's all these rules when you're a business. So she was mad at me. And then I think she finally got it, but she didn't like the way that the photos turned out. I must have sent her like 4 different sets. She didn't like any of them. I think I ended up refunding her. And then at that point I was like, I hate this. I'm not doing this. Like this cannot be the rest of my life. Oh, Sharon, that's a great idea. I actually had my girlfriend that I was talking about. Sharon was saying if you have business connections, you can make stuff with your laser for them. It's a huge market. Yeah, so Miss Amy that I was telling you about, she was asking if she knew we were getting a laser. I was talking to her a couple weeks ago, and she asked if we had thought about wholesaling, because she needs MDF cut for her sublimation business. And I was like, I never even thought about that. That's a great idea. All right, we are almost to the end here. Sharon also has a 3D. Good Lord, Sharon, where are you putting all this stuff? She has a 3D printer and F1 Ultra from X-Tool. What is an F1 Ultra? Oh, small laser that's portable and for shows and stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to check you out. I should check you out, Sharon. My son wants a 3D printer, but he wants a 3D printer for like a month. And then the next thing that he wants is a food dehydrator. Wait, not a food dehydrator. The thing that you make that candy everyone is like, what the heck do you call it? That candy everyone is getting where they take the candy and they put it in the thing and it like poofs it up like a marshmallow, but it's like hard. Because he keeps saying food dehydrator, and I'm like, no, we had a food dehydrator when I was growing up, and that's what you made fruit leather and jerky out of. That's not what it's not the same thing. So yeah, he wants one of those. Not the fruit and jerky kind, the kind that you make the candy, the space candy with. That's what I call it. Because that's what it used to be, like astronaut candy. You make that stuff out of. But they're $3,000. I'm like, no, that's not happening for something that he's going to be all excited about for like a week. And then I'm going to have this 3,000 hunk of junk taking up space somewhere that no one uses. Not my first rodeo. He's my third kid, so poor Gus. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing because the way that I keep moving the camera, I'm like doing it off camera. I'm trying to move forward here so you can see the last little bit. So if you guys don't see what I'm doing, because I'm doing it a little off the camera here. Yeah, so hopefully his food dehydrator or whatever that thing is, dreams are over. You know, before that, it's a snow cone maker. I'm like, I have a Ninja. You don't need a snow cone maker. So his latest thing, he keeps making snow in the Ninja. I don't know if you know you can do that. You can. He puts all the ice cubes in the Ninja and like chops them up. It's really loud. And then he eats it with a spoon. And he says he's eating snow. And so we're in Arizona, so that's the only snow that he's going to get. All right, so I did it again where these are all kind of going the same way. So I got to rotate my flower here. Well, it's not a flower, it's an ornament. So you can see we're almost to the end here. I probably should have like tied the string to that push pin before I stuck it in the top, because then it would already be on there. Oh geez, I'm just trying to stick glue on my paintbrush and not. It basically kind of feels like you're working with little wontons. Little wonton wrappers. But again, these are pretty inexpensive. So you have like just the styrofoam and the tissue. It's just time consuming, but they're super cute. Maybe this will be my ornament for this year. I try and get ornaments for each year. And then the thing is, when you move out, you're supposed to like take your ornaments with you. At least that's what my parents said. And then when my mom, I don't think my mom ever gave me my ornaments from when I'm little. I think they're in storage somewhere. I need to get them. But when my kids were like, okay, can we get our ornaments now, Mom? I was like sad. I was sad to hang them over. I mean, I still have the ones that they made me, and ones with their pictures and stuff from school. So I still have those, but I miss the other ones, hanging up the other ones every year. So I kind of get why my mom might not have handed them over. Sharon says that's a fun ninja project. I have it too. I use it to make snow cones and slushies for my grandchildren. Yeah, see? He's probably saw that on YouTube or something. I don't even know. I didn't even know you could make it. So I was like, what are you doing? Because we didn't have any juice. So I'm like, what are you making? He's like, I'm making snow. He's got that, his throat hurts this week, so whatever the heck's going around, he's like fighting it. So it's been helping his sore throat. So I'm like, whatever. Plus it's just ice. I have syrups, but they're mainly like coffee syrups. I don't think there's anything fun that you would want. Well, I have pina colada. Like those skinny syrups. You could probably put that in it. Woo! That's a big old glue blob. All right, we're just filling in this last little bald spot here. You really need like 2 or 3 more. Again, this is just me being picky. Like if that was the back or the bottom and you weren't going to see it, you probably wouldn't even care about that. So close. All right, where did my hole go? All right, I'm probably just going to try and jam one more right in this spot right here. All right, so there we have it. I gotta find my, I don't know where I push pin it. Oh, she's right there. Okay. All right, so here's our push pin right here at the top. So you can see we used quite a bit of those. I don't know how many was in there, but again, it's just gonna be whatever. However fluffy you like it. So you can make it as fluffy or not fluffy. What size did you use to cut the tissue paper? Teresa, I used the 3-inch press, like a stamp thing. I don't know what you call this. I'm not a scrapbooker, so it's this thing. I got it on Amazon. This is the 3-inch one. And I feel like the 3-inch with these, the ball was about 1.5 inches. These smaller balls makes, because it's just going to get bigger, you know, so it makes this big. And then how many? I have no idea. I want to say that this was at least 2 sheets that we cut up when my son and I did these. So you're going to need a couple sheets of tissue paper. All right, so I'm just going to do like a loop here, and I'm just going to try and catch that little push pin. Again, you might want to do this part before we shoved it in there. I didn't think about that. Like I said, I have not done an ornament like this before. I've used these to make flowers. So when I'm making the flowers, what we did was we stick a stick in there. So you would put this on like a stick, and then I make a whole bouquet of them. I don't have any here, but I have some at my booth. I'll have to take a picture next time I go. I sold all of them except one. There's one bouquet. So I'll rotate these in a bouquet with like actual flowers, or you could use poinsettias or whatever for the season. So this is just like one of the flowers. So usually make 3 of these, and then I'll mix it with other flowers in the bouquet. All right, so I'm going to switch back to here. So you have to get all the glue strings off, but oh, we probably don't want that on it either. But that's our cute little ornament. You could also not put the push pin in it, and you could just put these in a bowl, like to display them. So they're basically just paper flowers is what we did. Oh, Sharon says that's so cute. If you give it as a gift, a little box, they could store it. Yeah, so it doesn't get squished. Exactly. You do have to be careful when you store these because it is just paper. But I love these with our tissue paper. So I've done them with the John 3:16. You can't, I mean, you can't really see, like read what it says, but every once in a while you'll get the verse, like it'll show the verse, anything on there. So it's just another fun idea to do with the Bible verse tissue paper. So again, you're going to have like a zillion strings on here. But again, I'd been wanting to do the flower one, the flower tutorial for so long. I don't know if I have the sticks in here. No, I just use the dowels and just stick a dowel in the same way we did the push pin, but you would just do the dowel and then you can put it in a vase. So cute. All right, I'm going to remove that one. Yeah, so this is just a project idea for today for ornaments. I know we're kind of not wrapping up Christmas. I mean, we're actually just heading into Christmas for the actual consumers and celebrating it. But after this month, we'll be moving on to Valentine's for crafting as far as what I'll be working on. Cindy says it's so cute. Never would have even thought of using a punch to cut those. Oh yeah, girlfriend, I'm lazy. I'm not hand cutting these. So fun. So I can't wait to see if you guys make some. Make sure that you tag me at Christian Craft Paper. I'd love to see the ones you come up with. Obviously, you don't have to use our tissue paper. You could use any colors, any different kinds of tissue papers. I just thought it was another fun idea. We do have a lot of people that will buy our tissue paper right now for gift giving for Christmas. And it's for use for that too. I did pin the link of the 10 sheet package in there for you because you need more than one anyway. And then if you have extra, you can use them in gifts for the season. It's a great way to spread the word without being like pushy about it. I love it. But yeah, that's just an idea for today. So I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, let me know what you guys are creating, what you think. I'll take some pictures and post it on there. And until next time. Oh yeah, don't forget, the sale is going on now. So members, today's the last day that you have access only to the Better Than Black Friday sale. I think I said up to 50% off. There's stuff in there that's up to 70% off. So I think 4 things have sold out, but there's still a bunch of stuff. Tomorrow, the insiders will get access. That link is posted on my page, and it should be posted in all the groups as well. If you want insider access, sign up to that list, and that email is going out tomorrow at 10 a.m. sharp. And then after that, it will be open to everybody else on Thursday. All right. Okay. You guys have a great day. Be blessed. And until next time, happy crafting.